Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to FPL BD. This is the game week for Wildcard draft. This is a special video which I won't be doing every week. This is a special segment because lots of managers are playing their wildcard in this week. Even I myself am playing my wildcard this week. So some people have requested me for a wildcard draft. So many people have texted, commented that I should give a wildcard draft. So rather than one wildcard draft, because I can't just I can't just show you a draft and say that this is the best draft. That's not going to happen. No one can make that sure. So I have decided to make a few wildcard drafts, and you can choose the best among that, or you can choose the best version of that. Make some changes according to yourself. So in this video, I'm going to talk about three wildcard drafts. So basically, this video is for the managers who are playing their wildcard in this week, not for every managers. But even if you are not in wildcard, you can watch this video. Maybe you can get some ideas about some differential players, and maybe you can be convinced to play your wildcard this week. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about three wildcard drafts. Each of the wildcard drafts will be of different formations. So let's just jump into the first draft. And before going into the draft, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video or I am live. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. Please watch the video till the end, and I think you will find this video interesting and factful. Okay, so this is the first draft, and this is quite like the template draft. The formation is still 4-4-2. The squad value is 101.3. So to make this draft, to have this draft, your squad has to be at least a value of 101.3. Otherwise, you can't have this draft. Maybe you have to make a little changes, downgrade some players. So in this draft, basically there are not many changes, so only a few changes, but quite good changes. So maybe you will find that you can actually have this draft without wildcard, with just a few hits. So even if you are not in wildcard, maybe you can afford this draft with free transfers or even with one or two hits. So in goalkeeper, I have got Ramsdale and Ward. As you have seen that Ramsdale has kept 2 clean sheets in 3 matches. In my previous draft, I had Raya. I mean, in my actual team or in the template draft, a maximum people had a 4.5 million goalkeeper. Even the Raya hasn't done that bad, because Raya has only 1 point less than Ramsdale, even though Ramsdale has more clean sheet. But the thing is, Raya is getting save points, but he won't be giving you so many points without clean sheet. So I think for a clean sheet, you have to have a nailed-on goalkeeper, and Arsenal seems to look like the Invincibles once again. They are playing really good football. They are playing good defensively and attackingly both, and they have good fixtures in the upcoming game weeks as well. In the next 4 game weeks, they have 3 home matches: one against Fulham, one against Villa, and one against Everton. Then they have Brentford. So I think the fixtures are quite okay, and Ramsdale will get so many clean sheets in the upcoming game weeks as well. So as we normally don't use any transfer on goalkeepers, it is better to have a set and forget good goalkeeper. Even if now, if we get a cheap goalkeeper now, maybe we will not get get those points in every week. We will be losing points in every week, but we also won't be making transfers for goalkeeper. Even if it is just 1 or 2 points or 3 or 4 points every week, at least it will cost us a lot, because the next unlimited transfer, or like the wild card we will be getting, is in game week 17. So we have to go for another 12 game weeks before the next unlimited transfer. So for 12 weeks, I think Ramsdale is a good shout. So I've gone for Ramsdale here, and Ward is definitely the best 4 million goalkeeper, even if he is not returning that many points, but at least he's starting, and he's the only 4 million starting goalkeeper. So in defense, I have gone, as this is a 4-4-2 formation. I need at least four starting defenders, but here all of them are starting defenders. But for playing defenders, if I say, I once again started my defense with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Doesn't matter that he returned only 4 points in 3 game weeks, but I still believe that he is capable of returning so many points in the upcoming weeks, and I believe he will return those points because. Yes, Liverpool is going through some rough patch. They are missing their some of their key players. They don't have Matip now. They don't have Konate. They are playing Gomez along with Van Dijk in defense. Even Arnold is not doing that great. So they are struggling, but I think Matip will be back soon. I'm not sure about Konate. In midfield they're struggling because of the injury of Thiago, Keita, and maybe even they're losing Curtis Jones. So lots of players are injured, but I still believe Liverpool can come back, and they have the fixture to come back as well. They have Bournemouth home in the next game week, then Newcastle at home will be a bit tricky. I am not saying that Arnold will get clean sheet in that match, but he is capable of returning some attacking returns. They have Everton and Wolves, so I believe there is potential for Arnold to get 3 clean sheets in the next 4 game weeks. So also just I'm not even mentioning the goals or assists. So even if he returns clean sheets, I think he's worth it. And if you are on wildcard, you have to get the best defender of the game. At least I'm talking about FPL, not the real game, because if I say that Arnold is the best defender, definitely I'm gonna be bashed. So that is it. I'm not going without Arnold. I'm not even telling anyone to sell Arnold. Maybe if they fails to keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth at home, maybe then I will consider selling him as well. But at least for now, I think I will keep Trent Alexander-Arnold in any wildcard draft. Then Cancelo is here. I don't think I need to talk about him that much because he has been returning points. At least one premium defender who is returning points. He has returned 2 clean sheets and 1 assist. So 3 returns in 2 matches. Even though he returned 0 points in the last match, he has 18 points in 3 matches, which makes the average 6 point per match. So that is pretty good. So whether he will return attacking returns or he will give you clean sheet, but he is a good pick and he is the best Man City defense to get in FPL. There might be some rotation, but I don't think Cancel will be in that rotation or Pep roulette. So he's the most nailed on Man City defender, and he's the best Man City defender. And I think you should have him. And there is no question about him that he's good enough of that 7.1 million price. Then I have made some big changes. So Arnold and Cancelo was the previous picks, I mean, almost everyone have them. But then I have gone for Kieran Trippier instead of Reece James. So basically, I am going without Reece James in this wildcard draft. And I actually think that Trippier is a better pick than Reece James at this moment, because the fixtures are great. Their form is great. They are making good transfers in this transfer window. They are making some big transfers in the upcoming days. Only the Liverpool away fixture is a fixture when I can say that they might not get clean sheet. But apart from that, I think up till game week 10, they are capable of getting clean sheets in every match. So even against Liverpool, they will play definitely good football, and we know how good they are. They have put a good fight against Man City, and definitely they will put a better fight against Liverpool, as Liverpool are a struggling team now. So I have gone for Trippier at 5.1 million. He is an excellent FPL asset. He has returned 2 clean sheets in game week 1 and 2, and he has scored a direct free kick against Man City. So he is yet to blank. So he has returned points in every week he has played. So I think Trippier is a nailed on option, and I really don't find anyone better in that 5 million price bracket, even though he had a price rise this week, and he might have more price rise again. So he's 5.1 million now, and I think he's a great option. And then I have Ivan Perisic. Now this is a tricky one, because he's a risky option. He's a player whom you can say high risk, high gain. So you might be under a lots of pressure if you have him in your team, because he might not start every game week. He might not get full minutes. He might be subbed on early in some minutes, but right now he's fully fit. He is playing really well, and I think in the Spurs attack, this is what they were missing, because Son is not providing that much, and Spurs has to win matches, and he is syncing well with Harry Kane. So I think at this moment he is a nailed on player. Even though he misses some game weeks, I think he might cover it in the game weeks when he starts. So if you want to take that risk, I think Perisic is a good option. But if you don't want to take that risk, maybe you can go for Zinchenko there, and change your goalkeeper to someone else like Raya, or maybe someone else, whoever in your choice. So if you don't like Perisic, you have that option to change him to Zinchenko. Even that will give you some extra budget too. And then for bench, I have Nico Williams, who's 4.1 million now. Patterson is 4 million till now, but he might have a price rise as well. But I still think Nico Williams is a better option because of his position and his team. I'm not saying that Nottingham Forest is a better team defensively than Everton, but the thing is, Nottingham Forest might concede 5 goals in a match. Again 4 goals in a match, but in a week when they will keep clean sheet, I think Nico Williams will get some bonuses. He might give you some attacking returns. But for Patterson, you won't even know when he's gonna give those clean sheets. So even though he's a fullback as well who plays as a wing back, but I really think Nico Williams is a better option. But if you want to go for Patterson, you can go for Patterson as well. So this was the defense. And in the midfield, definitely I have to start with none other than the FPL king Mo Salah. There is no question. He is the best FPL asset for seasons now, and he's returning points in the weeks when we need the most. So I'm not gonna discuss that even much longer, because everyone knows how good he is, and it is definitely not even a topic to discuss whether we should have him or not. Definitely, Salah is a must-have, at least for my draft. And I don't know, if I provide you 100 FPL drafts, I think Salah will be there for 100 FPL drafts. Not for a single draft, I will drop him for someone else. If you want to drop him, that's your call, but I won't suggest that. And then I think Martinelli is the second must-have player in midfield right now, because this is a season where I think the mid-budget players are returning the most of the points. So Martinelli is returning points in every week. Arsenal is playing a very good football. They are attacking very well, and the attacks are being centered with Jesus and Martinelli. So even though he's listed as a midfielder, he is basically playing as a secondary striker to Gabriel Jesus, and he's 6.4 million now. But still, I think he is worth it, because he's taking good shots, he's taking set pieces, he's taking corners, and he's syncing well with Gabriel Jesus. Most importantly, fixtures are good, form is good, everything is fine. He might take some penalties. Ownership has gone up to 40% now, even more than 40%. So if you don't have Martinelli in your squad, I think you are playing the wrong FPL. Then I think the second must-have midfielder is Rodrigo. I mean, after Martinelli, because Salah is the common option. Just like Martinelli, Rodrigo is another surprise package. I mean, Martinelli was not that much surprise package, but because we have seen that he was good in the last season too. But Rodrigo has clearly been the best FPL player till now in this season, and he's also the highest scoring FPL player. He has scored 35 points in 3 weeks, averaging more than 10 points per match. I mean, more than 11 points per match, which is really great for a midfielder of 6.3 million. I don't know if you can expect anything more than that from a 6.3 million midfielder, whose fixture are also great. I mean, out of his next 7 to 8 game weeks, only Manchester United is a game week where the FBR has rated it more than 2. All the other fixtures are rated 2. In between two. So the fixtures are great, form is great, and he's doing well. Even though Bamford is back in the team, I think Rodrigo is the man in form, and he might still return you good points even if Bamford is back. And this is another interesting pick. I mean, this draft is like the whole risky draft. I am having 8 million midfielder because this is the template draft, and in this template draft you got to have 8 million midfield option because there are so many options in that price bracket. If you have an 8 million player in your team, you can switch him for anyone else. Maybe even if you find someone a budget player like 6.5 million or 7 million, you can easily downgrade. So it's better to have an 8 million midfielder. If you have another cheap midfielder, it will be difficult for you to upgrade him. But if you already have an 8 million midfielder, if he doesn't perform, you can downgrade him anytime. So for Kulusevski, I think he started the season well. People got mad for him. He has two price rises already, but now they're losing patience just because he has blanked in back-to-back two games. But one of those games was against Chelsea, and then the Wolves game. I mean, that was unlucky for him to not get a return because he played well in that match too. But Spurs won the match by just one goal, so you can't really expect many returns from a team who have just got one goal in the match. But the upcoming fixture, I think Nottingham Forest is an excellent match to have a Spurs forward. I'm not saying striker, the wingers, because this is a match when the wingers will get the most of the returns. Even Son might get a good return in this game week because of the game style of Spurs and the fixture of Nottingham Forest. So I'm saying that Kulusevski seems to be a nailed-on starter now. At the beginning, I was not sure about Kulusevski because of Richarlison. I was thinking that he might be benched in some game weeks. He might be subbed on early in some matches because of Richarlison. But it seems like Richarlison is basically playing at the left side, substituting Son Heung-min. So Kulusevski is still a nailed-on starter at their right wing position. So I think he's a great pick, even though he blanked in last two matches. His ownership is only 15%. So not the ideal differential, but quite a differential who can be explosive even if there is a little risk. And not only Nottingham Forest, they also have Fulham in game week 6 and West Ham in between that. After that, maybe you can switch him to someone like Madison or someone else. And in the fifth midfield option for a bench midfielder, I have gone for Andres Pereira instead of Da Silva because I think Andres Pereira is a better player. He will start every game and he will play the most of the minutes. Da Silva scored two goals, but I have put him in the avoid list in last week. Just the reason that he will not get full minutes. He will not get starts in every week if he doesn't play well. And you have seen that he gets subbed off early. So if he gets subbed off before 60 minutes, you only get 1 point instead of 2 or 3. And Andres is also doing well. He's creating lots of chances for his team. He's making assists. Even he might score goals. So I think if in any week I miss any player, I would be more happy to play Andres than Da Silva. This is why I have put Andres instead of Da Silva. And in forward, this is the common forward with Haaland, Jesus, and in the 4.5 million striker option, I have gone for Stansfield because he started the last game week and he assisted one, I guess. So yeah, as he started one game and played more than 70 minutes, I think he will get more minutes in the upcoming game weeks as well. So basically, in this draft, there is not many changes. So I'm not saying you have to put the wildcard on for this draft because this is the template draft. There is only 3 or 4 changes at max, so you can have this squad with a -4 or maybe with a -8. So this is the template draft, and I'm not saying that this is the best draft, but this is a draft where you have lots of options. Let's just see how the team will look in the game week 4. So this is the starting lineup or possible starting lineup of Game Week 4 if you have this squad. So in this squad, you will have Ramsdale in goal, and as we will play 4-4-2, you will have Neco Williams in the bench and all the rest of the defenders in your starting 11. In midfield, you will have Salah, Martinelli, Rodrigo, and Kulusevski, and in forward, you will have Haaland and Jesus. And you can see that all the fixtures are green, so the draft is okay. The fixtures are good, the players are in form, so you can expect some good points with this squad. But there is some risky players like Perisic and Kulusevski. And then I think I will have to talk about Haaland, but I think I will talk about that in my next draft. Okay, so this is the draft too, and here comes the question, because if you are playing wildcard, I think you will Haaland for at least one moment. I mean, a lot of people will do that. I am thinking about that. I'm not saying that you will definitely do Haaland to Kane, sorry, or Haaland to KDB or someone else. Okay, let's just jump into the previous draft. If you want, you can have Kane in place of Haaland and maybe Foden in place of Kulusevski or maybe Madison or someone else. But I really don't think Kane is really giving the performance worth of 11.4 million, because he's scoring one goal, he's giving you 6 or 7 points, but he's not giving you those big hauls. This is why I haven't gone for Kane. So just to make sure, and I'm not going to be taking Kane in any of the drafts, so I'm not going to be discussing about Kane. Okay, so this is the draft 2, and this is even a cheaper draft. You only need 100.8 million to make this draft, and the formation is 352 for this draft. Just to make sure, this is a wildcard draft video. This is not a question answer video. I'm just recording this video live because it will take a lot of time to record this video, edit it, and upload it. Rather than that, I'm just saving some time and uploading the video right here in live. So in this draft, I'm once again going with Ramsdale and Ward. No changes in goalkeeper position. Only one change in the defensive position. And here, as this is a 3-5-2 formation, I don't need four starting defenders or four premium or mid premium defenders. So I have downgraded Perisic to Patterson. So now you have three starting defenders, Arnold, Cancelo, and Trippier, and two bench defenders at 4 million or 4.1 million, who will start every game and who plays as wing backs, not even center backs. So I think this is great. You have three starting defenders and two backup players. All of them starts. So this is great. And as this is a 3-5-2 formation, I will be going heavy on midfield. So this is the midfield. Now you can see Salah, Martinelli, Rodrigo are common, but I have two players different from the previous draft. One is Harrison. I will talk about this. Why I've gone for Harrison, as in as wildcard in game week 4 is still a bit too early. I'm not saying you can't play or you should not play wildcard this week, but still lots of people are holding their wildcard because maybe they are getting good points. But the people who are playing, the managers who are playing wildcard this week, definitely they are maybe lagging behind. They have lost some points, they have lost some value. Now they need some differentials to cover that points, cover those values. So a differential player is all they need to cover that thing, and I think Harrison is the perfect differential because his ownership is less than 3%, and he has also returned points in every week, just like Rodrigo, Trippier, Martinelli. So he's a good midfielder. He's returning points just like Martinelli and Rodrigo. Maybe he's not scoring goals every week, but he's providing assists. He is taking some set pieces. And he's a nailed on starter. He's playing full minutes, so he's a good player. And if you have seen his stats, he's playing incredibly good. So it is not only about FPL or points. If you see the underlying stats, even maybe he's doing better than Rodrigo. Just because he's playing as a winger, Rodrigo is playing as a striker, he has higher chance of scoring goals than Harrison. But I think Harrison has chances to provide assists. Now the thing that if Bamford is back, Rodrigo will drop down to number 10 position. In that case, I think Bamford will have higher chances of scoring goals. And still, Harrison will play in that same position as a winger. And in that case, I think Harrison will offer you still good points in every week or almost every week. So as long as his fixtures are good, I think it is not a bad idea to go for double midfielders of Leeds, because they are playing really good football and they have good form. They have good fixtures as well for up to game week 10 or game week 11, maybe. I mean maybe game week 10. Brighton, Everton, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Palace, Villa. I think these are the fixture which looks good. So I don't think it is that much problem to have a 6 million midfielder or 2 6 million midfielders from a single team, because they are returning points more than Kevin De Bruyne or Mo Salah, but they are half of their price. So also, if you have Harrison now, maybe you can change him for someone like Jesse Lingard when Nottingham will have good fixture uh, in in the next 3 or 4 game weeks, or maybe someone like Guedes from Wolves, or maybe someone else. So you will have options. Even Pascal Gross is an option. So I have gone for Harrison in this draft, and then I have gone for Kevin De Bruyne. So going for Kevin De Bruyne basically means dropping Erling Haaland. I'm definitely saying that I can't have all Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, and Haaland in the same draft along with Arnold and Cancelo. So definitely Erling Haaland is not there. So the reason to take Kevin De Bruyne is that let me just tell you about the fixtures. Man City will have a game against Barcelona, which is a friendly game that will not cost much problem. So a friendly game against Barcelona in the midweek. Then they will have Crystal Palace in game week 4 after 3 days. Then after 3 more days they will have Nottingham Forest. Then after 2 days they will have Villa. Then after 3 days they will have a UCL game. Then after 3 days they will have a Premier League game. So they will have games every 3 or 4 days. And Pep Guardiola has clearly said that he will not play Erling Haaland in every week. So there will be rotation, that's for sure. Even when there is not rotation, even when Erling Haaland is starting every game week, he's not getting the full minutes. Yes, he got 90 minutes in the last match, but before that he was subbed off in the 70th minutes or after 70 minutes. So definitely Haaland will not be. Haaland will not be in any kind of risk under Pep Guardiola, so he will keep him safe. He will try to keep him fit. But for Kevin De Bruyne, I think he has the potential to play every game, and not every game, but at least in the Premier League. I don't think Pep Guardiola will go without Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I really believe that he will start almost every Premier League game when he is fit. So the problem is, if we keep Erling Haaland, we will keep him maybe for the game against Nottingham Forest. But just after the Nottingham Forest, or just before the Nottingham Forest, they have Crystal Palace, which is not an easy game. Definitely, Crystal Palace is a tough game. And after Nottingham Forest, they have Villa. So the only fixture where Pep Guardiola can risk to bench Erling Haaland and play Julian Alvarez is the game against Nottingham Forest in game week 5. So even if we have Erling Haaland, we won't have the option to captain him. Maybe we have the option, but that will be too much risky. So if we have a 11.5 or 11.7 million striker and we can't captain him in a juicy fixture, we are not sure whether he will start. I don't think it's worth having him. So this is the reason I have transferred out Erling Haaland and gone for Kevin De Bruyne, because I think he will start those matches, and I think he's a great captaincy pick. Even if you don't captain him, he will keep returning good points in almost every week. So Kevin De Bruyne is a great pick and definitely a safe pick. And now his ownership has gone more than 25%. So his price is increasing, his ownership is increasing. So he's no more a differential, but still little differential. Considering the ownership of Erling Haaland, which is almost close to 60%. So if you make this move now, I think you will be 1 or 2 steps ahead, and you will have better captaincy options available in game week 5 or in game week 6. So this is the reason to take Kevin De Bruyne in this position. And also another thing is, let me just show you my forward in this week. So I have replaced Erling Haaland with Ivan Toney, and this is the reason that even if I want to keep Erling Haaland, I can't have Ivan Toney, because it is really not possible to have three forwards at this moment, because forwards are really not returning that much points, but also they are returning consistent points. I mean, at least Ivan Toney is returning points consistently. His upcoming fixtures are really great. So I really don't think, if you have wildcard, if you are playing wildcard, you should go without Ivan Toney. You can keep him as long as you want, because up till game week 15 his fixtures are really really good. They only have Arsenal in game week 8 and Chelsea in game week 12. Apart from that, I think in every week his fixtures look really great. So for a long long time you can have him in your team, and you don't even have to think about transfers. Maybe if he's injured, or if his performance drops significantly, you can downgrade him to someone like Welbeck or Mitrovic if you want. But for now, I think he's a great pick, and even you can switch him for Callum Wilson if he doesn't perform. So if you are playing wildcard, and if you don't have these key players who are having great fixture swings, I think you are playing the wrong wildcard. So there are, in this draft you will have some I mean, some big changes. You have a less defender. You don't have Reece James. You are playing with three defenders, more attackers. You are having double leads defender. Also, I want to add something to the double leads defender, as the people who did not take Rodrigo in the last game week or in game week 2, who will think that already the owners of Rodrigo who have him from game week 2 have got like, let me see, 28 extra points. So even if you get Rodrigo now, you have lost those 28 points. So now you need some differential who can cover those points. If you go for the same players, you are not earning anything extra. But having Rodrigo is safe. So if you go for Harrison instead of Rodrigo, it will be a risky thing, because Rodrigo is the man in form. His ownership is increasing so much. His ownership is now more than 20%, and it will go up to 40%, I think, if he scores one more week. So if you need a differential, you have to go along with Rodrigo. This is why I have gone for both Rodrigo and Harrison. Now, if Rodrigo drops his form or gets injured or something, you will have the player from his team who is also a good pick, who is also a differential. Now you will be one step ahead. And for Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland's ownership is 61.5% now, and Kevin De Bruyne is 25%. So his ownership is less than 50% of Erling Haaland. So he's also a differential considering the ownership of Erling Haaland. And definitely Ivan Toney is a good pick if he returns these 7 or 8 points, or at least 5 to 6 points every week. I think he's a great value, because Erling Haaland is scoring goals or making assists, but he's not returning those big hauls or scoring goals, so many goals in a week. So I mean, Tony is not giving that much less points than Erling Haaland, but his price is so much less than Erling Haaland. So he's a better value than Erling Haaland, and he's the safe pick. He is the main man of his team. His team is doing well. Fixtures are great. Form is great. He's the penalty taker as well. So I think this is a draft which can boost your rank. And even if you can't afford this draft, you can downgrade Ramsdale to a 4.5 million goalkeeper, and that will make the squad value to 100.3 only. So I think everyone can afford this draft. So definitely this is a great draft. And even if you have extra budget, maybe you can, if you can afford, if you want to go for Gundogan, you can go for Gundogan. But I won't say Gundogan is a better pick than Kevin De Bruyne. If you can have him along with Kevin De Bruyne, then you can have him. But I won't suggest to take Gundogan instead of Kevin De Bruyne. Definitely, he's not better than Kevin De Bruyne. So Gundogan is a good option, even though there is a risk of him not starting every game week. But I remember the season before last season when he scored lots of goals. almost in every week he scored in a time of period when even he took penalties. But now I don't think he will be taking penalties. But if Erling Haaland is not on the pitch, maybe he can take some penalties. So Gundogan is an interesting pick. If you want to get Gundogan, I think it's fine. But right now, I'm still watching him for one more week now. So this is the second draft, and the formation is 3-5-2, and this is the probable lineup of this draft if you play in game week 4. So this is the potential 11. You have Ramsdale in goal, and Arnold, Cancelo, and Trippier in defense. Salah, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Harrison, Martinelli. So two premium midfielders and three budget midfielders, along with two mid-budget strikers. And you have Patterson, Neco Williams, and Stansfield in your bench, and also Ward as a second goalkeeper. All of them starts as of now. So I think this is a great squad for a wild card, and most probably I will be going with this draft in my wild card team. So if you want to avoid jinx, maybe you can avoid this draft. I mean, if you want to avoid players that I take, but I think I will be going with this draft. There is a high chance that I will be going with exactly this draft. So this is the second draft, and this is the final draft. So this is a draft when you will have a 3-4-3 formation, three defenders, four midfielders, and three forwards. So if I mean, just in the previous draft, I said that Toney is like a must-have player in the wildcard draft. But if you want to have Toney, also if you don't want to drop Erling Haaland, then you can have them both. This is just a draft that have Erling Haaland, Gabriel Jesus, and Ivan Toney, all of them. So the defense, the goalkeepers are same, the defense are same. The only two changes are midfield is that I have downgraded Kevin De Bruyne to Wilfried Zaha, and Jack Harrison to Andres Pereira. So as you will be playing with four midfielders in this draft, you don't need five playing midfielders, even though Andres is also playing midfielder, but you will use him as a bench midfielder. So Zaha is here, even though his fixture in this week is difficult because Man City away. But if you want, you can play him, or if you play Andres in this week and play Zaha from the next week. So the midfield is okay. Salah, Martinelli and Rodrigo is the common players from the previous drafts as well. And in forward, I have all three forwards, Erling Haaland, Gabriel Jesus, and Ivan Toney. So I think this is also a good draft because the playing 11, if you see the playing 11, I think this is, I think I forgot to change Zaha because Kulusevski is still here. Yeah, there will be Zaha in the place of Kulusevski, or maybe, and in midfield you will have Andres Pereira. So this is a great draft too. But here the thing is, if you need to change Erling Haaland, your only option might be Harry Kane. And if you don't want to get Harry Kane, if you want to get Kevin De Bruyne, you will need two transfers. I don't think that will be a good thing to do just after your wildcard to make to need two transfers. What if some other players are injured in that time? What if some of your other player is not performing that well? So I don't think if you have Erling Haaland now, I mean, if you go with this draft, you will have to keep that in mind that you will have to keep Erling Haaland or go for another premium forward. You can't move for a premium midfielder by making two or three transfers. So, but the thing is, here you have Zaha, who is a great differential midfielder. I mean, he's no longer that much differential because his ownership has gone more than 10%, but still he's a good differential midfielder. I mean, just more than 10%. So still great fixtures. Not the best, but okay. Brentford, Newcastle United, City. So I'm basically not suggesting you this draft. Maybe you can change a little in this draft, have some budget, and make your own draft. But if you ask me which is my favorite draft, I would have to say that the draft I said that I will be going with most probably is my favorite draft. This is the draft 2-3-5-2 formation, when you don't have Erling Haaland but you have Kevin De Bruyne. So most probably this is my favorite draft, and most probably I will be going with this draft, and I will confirm it in my team selection video. So yeah, these are the all three drafts that I had to discuss. that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched the video till end, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you have any question, uh, you can leave comment, and I will try to answer all of your comments later, not in live. So please let me know, if you have watched the video, please let me know among these three drafts which is your favorite draft. Please leave a comment and let me know which is your favorite draft. So yeah, one of the viewers is saying that I look like Bernardo Silva. I think my beard is like Bernardo Silva. I don't know. Thank you so much for the compliment. I will definitely take that as a compliment because Bernardo Silva is a great player. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, best of luck.